It would seem that this conference is for a select few. I mean, definitely there's going to be a capacity that the halls will be able to take. But how do you see Nigerians also plugging into this conference, generally?
Well, as a matter of fact, I believe that, I mean, the question you ask, I can also throw it back to you and say, listen, why do we have a National Assembly of Representatives, for instance? Why don't we have the entire country constituted into a National Assembly so everybody can have a voice? The important thing is that, you know, you're going to have representation from different segments of society. Okay, yes, the business community is there, but the civil society is also adequately is going to be adequately represented. And there's a whole set of sessions that are going to be devoted to civil society, non-governmental organizations. They're going to be there. So there is no segment of society that is going to be left out. And it's going to be an opportunity for you to really canvass change, the business people discuss investments and discuss policy, whilst the civil society will discuss the kind of changes, the kind of involvement they'd like to see, not just in the business space, but also in a global governance space.
But what does the rebasing of GDP bring to the table ever since that has been done?
I mean, listen, you know, it's very interesting that you ask this, but it's I've read a lot of opinions about this, and you see, it worries people like us. And I'll tell you why. Is my country the way that I'd like it to be? My answer is no. But I also ask a question. Have there been improvements in this country since our return to democracy? My answer is an absolute yes. Now, very easily we have forgotten that in the over 30 years of military dictatorships in this country, all right, especially in the last 5 to 10 years during the military era, this same economy witnessed very negative growths, very, very negative growths, okay? And so that in the 14 years since our return to democracy, what this rebasing of our GDP has shown is that there's been significant improvements in our economy. There's been significant expansion in our economy, okay? Now, and I say this without prejudice to the other challenges which are well known, issues of unemployment, the issues of security, the issues of infrastructure, is there. But it's even important for us to even know the size of this economy and the sectors that have driven the significant expansion of this economy.
Which is what that rebasing is about.
That is what rebasing is about. And it's not peculiar to Nigeria. Most countries will do this over, say, a 5-year period, you know, usually a 5-yearly period. Okay, that's what's happening, and we didn't do this for over 15 years. All right, and you must see it in that context. We're not doing anything out of the ordinary. We have mainly sort of just caught up with the rest of the world, for lack of a better way to put it. And there's nothing wrong with knowing the size of our economy. I'm happy, for instance, we've not known it. We've known it for some time, that the oil sector, for instance, in terms of its contribution to GDP, is receding, and that you have the significant growth, say, in the entertainment sector, in Nollywood, in ICT, in manufacturing.
Quite revealing.
Very, very revealing. This is revealing. And you know what? The one, say, entertainment particularly, I find I'm more excited about. And I will explain. Look at it in the context of the significant theft of intellectual property. And so that in spite of these challenges that entertainers and creatives have to face in even protecting their works, look at the kind of progress that has been made. And so that you can imagine if our copyright laws were better enforced, what it will mean for that sector.
So all those leakages would have been captured.
Would have been captured. Or again, look at it. Look at what is happening in spite of the significant challenges we have with power. And what will happen, for instance, if we have even, say, a 20%, marginal 20% increase in power output, power distribution. Imagine what it will do.
And you said this is the first time it's coming to the region, and we're the host this time.
Yes.
How prepared are we?
Well, we've been working very, very hard on this for the last over 14, 15 months. We've been working very, very hard at this, very, very hard. And I think that in terms of the venues, in terms of the volunteers, we're fairly prepared. In terms of logistics, things to do with emergencies, things to do with transportation, I think we're fairly prepared. And again, as we do what we need to do as Nigerians and as on behalf of government, what is important to us is that also even our partners in Geneva acknowledge that the level of preparations, the speed with which things are done, is a little sort of unprecedented.
Are we doing anything to reinforce security?
We don't have a choice. We have no choice. But Suleiman, don't forget what I've said. Whilst, yes, we have a very important obligation to really protect our guests, we're also interested in the safety of lives and property of Nigerians. We who live here. Don't you want to live, Suleiman? Don't you want to be alive? I want to live, and I want my family to live. I want Nigerians to live. I want us to be able to do our things. And so that whatever is being put in place should first and foremost be for the safety of Nigerians more than anything else. Okay? If we're safe, our guests should be safe.
So when is this happening?
May 7 to 9.
3 days.
Over a 3-day summit. Though we're going to have what you call the Grow Africa Initiative, which is going to start on the 5th to the 6th. And then the main forum event starts May 7 to 9 in Abuja.
Tell us, how do these conferences move beyond the talk to the walk?
Well, for instance, I think that every country, right, that has the opportunity to host this, okay, we usually have the task of trying to identify what it would like to take out of the forum. Mm-hmm. Because the resources you need, the level of preparations is so intense, it's so rigorous, it's so cumbersome, mm-hmm. that you don't want to take all that trouble for nothing, right? Mm-hmm. And you find that in the history of the forum, specific issues have often emerged as the point of focus. And so that you look at the Grow Africa Initiative, for instance, that focus on food security for Africa and the importance of diversifying African economies to really ensure food security. I think it came out of the event in, was it Tanzania or Ethiopia? I'm not sure which one now. But you see that 3-4 years after, African governments have continued to focus, say, on agriculture, and that is part of what underpins the agricultural transformation that you have in our country today. Okay? So it actually goes beyond the talk, contrary to what some people might say or think. It goes beyond the talk. And so we hope that...
but you say that the responsibility lies on the government to bring to the table.
Ultimately, because what is the WEF? What they act as... they are basically facilitators, catalysts, to bring people together at a certain level, to discuss certain important issues. That's what they are. The WEF is a catalyst. Okay, just bring people together and try to encourage them to examine contemporary issues that constitute challenges in the global community or in different regions of the world.
So it won't be out of place if we develop policies at the end of this?
No, absolutely. Definitely, we hope. I mean, I cannot say this here now, but I believe that Nigeria is going to emerge from this meeting in May, having mobilized consensus around a very important national issue. Right. We have no doubt about that. Right?
All right. Nweke is the head of Secretariat for World Economic Forum in Africa, which is holding in Abuja from the 7th to the 9th of May. Thank you for coming on this morning.
You forgot to announce something.
What is that?
Yeah, and I thought you guys might have picked it up. Are you saying that where or you're too shy to talk about it? And that is the fact that Channels is the host broadcaster for the event.
We actually wanted you to say that because you're actually talking about the summit and you left that out.
No, it's important for Nigerians to know. We're very proud that we have this. We have Channels as host broadcaster. We're extremely proud. In the past, the focus had been on more global stations, but we argued vigorously that we thought that we had the local capacity to make this happen. And I think that the activities of Channels over the years, sort of armed us, really enabled us to be able to make that push. And so I'm happy to say congratulations to all of you. And to
Thank you very much.
And of course, we will be there to always work hard because the road for success is more work. All right, and so we'll be back in just a moment here. We should take a comment or two from you out there concerning what we're focused on today. So join us again if you can.